The sky was filled with thick, dark clouds. And over this ancient city, the sky was hiding a deadly secret. In this part of Europe, people witnessed something strange, something no one had ever seen before. Clouds so dense, they blocked the sunlight at first. People assumed it was just rain. But what they didn't know was that these clouds were about to become a part of history. The region was under the Eastern Roman Empire, also known as the Byzantine Empire. It was the year 541 AD, that's around 1500 years ago. Its capital, Constantinople. Today, we call it Istanbul. And over this ancient city, the sky was hiding a deadly secret. Hours passed, days became weeks, but the clouds didn't bring rain, and they refused to leave. Sunlight disappeared, and darkness took over. At first, people were confused, but soon confusion turned to panic, because what followed was beyond imagination. Welcome back to Chronicle Vault Documentaries. In 541 AD, Constantinople was home to nearly 1 million people. For weeks, the thick, dark clouds hung above the city and Natro, unmoving. People were distressed, and then the unthinkable began. Healthy people started collapsing. One by one, they died without warning. Without mercy, fear gripped the streets. People believed the end of the world had come. Snow began falling. In summer, crops died. Animals and birds vanished. Nothing was surviving. The Emperor of Byzantium, Justinian I, tried to reassure the people. He said, "The righteous shall be spared." But the plague didn't care. It made no distinction between good or bad. Thousands were dying every single day. Mass graves filled the city. Food vanished. Even the mighty Byzantine army stood helpless, because this enemy was invisible. The dark clouds carried death far and wide. Spain, France, Italy, Greece, Turkey, Morocco, Syria, Iran, all fell victim. No one knew what caused it. Was it the wrath of God? Was it the end of days? Even the Emperor Justinian was infected. This was the first recorded pandemic in history. The plague of Justinian. It would last for years, plunging an entire continent into darkness. In some places, the sun didn't shine for 2 straight years. But the true cause remained a mystery. Centuries passed, until in 2013, scientists finally found the answer. Not in Europe, but 5,000 kilometers away. In Greenland, a team of experts traveled to the icy wilderness of eastern Greenland. Study the history of Earth's climate here. Temperatures can drop to -18 degrees Celsius. Even in June and July, snow never melts, and every snowfall captures the air of its time, preserving it in layers of ice. 1 year of snow equals 1 layer, just 5 centimeters thick. So to reach the snow of 541 AD, you'd have to drill 75 meters deep. And that's exactly what they did. They recovered an ice core, over 100 meters long, holding 2,000 years of frozen history. Tests revealed something shocking. Between 500 and 600 AD, there was a massive spike of sulfur trapped in the snow, the same time the skies over Constantinople went dark. Sulfur dioxide, deadly to humans, animals, crops. So where did it come from? Scientists had only one answer: a volcanic eruption. Deep under the earth, molten rock builds pressure. When seawater meets this magma, it becomes gas-violent, powerful, and when pressure wins, the earth explodes. Lava, ash, and gases like sulfur are thrown into the atmosphere, spreading across thousands of miles. Sulfur mixes with water vapor, forming sulfuric acid clouds. These clouds are thick enough to block the sun, and when they rain, it's acid rain. The earth becomes poisoned from above. Scientists later confirmed it was a volcano beneath Lake Ilopango in El Salvador, 11,700 kilometers away from Constantinople, that caused the catastrophe. The eruption was so massive it sent a toxic cloud across the oceans. Into Europe, the mountain seen today above Lake Ilopango actually made of volcanic ash, the last mark of a disaster that killed 10 million people. Today, millions still live near volcanoes, but science cannot yet predict when they'll erupt. What we do know is, a volcano thousands of kilometers away can still destroy everything. That's why volcanologists, geologists, and climate scientists contrive to study Earth's ancient scars in hopes that we can one day protect ourselves from the fury of these sleeping giants.